See what we've got here. This is not going to show. It's always so fun. Let's see. We're just setting up. Forgive the clicks. Oops. I'll get it right one day. I need somebody to help me with this, actually. Let's see. I need to change this setting. Let me change it. Sorry, just making this public. If you hear me talk a second time, here we go. I think that's set up. I think. I'm not sure. Just check my Facebook. Oh, I'm just bashing into everything today. Is everybody like having a good day? Now I have like no spatial. There we go. That seems to be right on my page. Put away my phone now. Hi, Janet. Good to see you. Gathering the troops. I love seeing everybody on these Friday afternoons. They're so much fun. So we'll just get some of the hellos in here. Goodness, there's Janet and Angela and Richard. Everybody's getting the hellos in. Can't boast much as this assumption. I don't know what this does sometimes. Honest to gosh. It comes and goes. The technology, I'm like good enough to be dangerous with technology. So I think that's one of the things that happens overall. So welcome everyone as we are gathering. Good morning, afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Happy end of your week, and welcome to TGIF Insight for the Curious and Enlightened. And actually, I think I put the title on this one as Magic and Miracles or something. But yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about a little bit. So for our podcast listeners, and if you don't know me, if you're new here, I'm your host, Debbie Tatel from Spirit Light Insight. I am a clairvoyant and energy healer and spiritual teacher focused on helping you develop and use all your psychic abilities, those things that you already have in your world. And it's really about peeling back the layers of the onion or everything that stops you from like fully using that and being seen in the world as that. So welcome. As I always say, if you want to, if you're on Facebook, I don't see any of my Facebook people, say hello so I know you're here, but you can also jump over to YouTube for the best viewing and commenting. I do put the comments up so people will see them. But I'm kind of, what's happening here? I need to, seriously, this is just a technology thing going on with me today. So, so how's everybody doing? How's your week been? The Mercury retrograde that's coming up on the 13th. Holy cow, I think that's the 13th. Holy cow, the energy's already like so stirred up. My technology has been going wacko. And where usually I'm amused about it, this time I wasn't so amused this week. It was kind of a weird way. Just everything just kept scrolling. I was trying to send gifts to people. So word to the wise as we go into the holiday season, check, double check, triple check all of your gift cards or the gift things, anything that you're sending by email or text. It's already slowed down and there's already glitches happening. So this is my Mercury retrograde plug, just to really pay attention to what's going on. So I welcome all of you, and hopefully we can kind of clear some energy so that we have some clarity and so that we can move on from the Mercury retrograde, or at least take that time so that we're grounded and we're in our own space. Richard said he felt that energy last Saturday. It's been coming in. Thank God. I mean, I was out at a memorial for my teacher and mentor Michael Tamura, so I flew to Sacramento for the memorial. And I have to say, I was really grateful because the flight was on time. There were no glitches. But here's the funny thing: so there were no glitches in the flight or anything that I had sort of booked ahead of time. But I had purchased internet so that I could communicate with all of you. I purchased internet on Friday before I was leaving on Saturday, and none of it worked. I got I got a refund on it, but yeah, the energy shifted, and it's shifting big time. And the closer we get sort of to being right into that Mercury retrograde, it's going to be even more. And I wasn't even going to talk about that today, but it's just occurring to me that that's what all my technology faux pas and all the things that are happening there. So, yeah, I mean, I have to say that when I was at the memorial for Michael, and it was so beautiful, and Raphael, Michael's wife, 32 years, I think it is, welcomed all of us, this big group of this psychic, really community without walls, without competition. There were so many of us. There were people that I met from all over the world, people that I hadn't met before, and it was so beautiful. But one of the things that I think happens in a memorial, when we then see people that we haven't seen in a long time, is, at least for me, it was like a reminder that we really need to cherish the people that we love, cherish the ones, even if they grate on our nerves and they get annoyed with us or anything like that. Really cherish them, because you know what? No one is promised tomorrow. And we're talking about miracles today. And I think that every time we wake up, it's a miracle. Yeah. Or wake up in this same time and space, because we could be somewhere else. Yeah. So that was one of my reminders, my takeaways, so to speak, from that, is that I love each and every one of those folks so dearly, the people that I saw and talked to, and my colleagues and everything. And I think we don't tell each other enough, because we get into our busy lives, and we forget. So to all of you, I love you. Mom's on here. Love you, Mom. And anyone else who is watching. Tom says, another long week at work. Looking forward to recharging the proverbial battery this weekend. Yes, you're going to get a chance to recharge this weekend. And, with Mercury retrograde, that's what it's all about. So you're going to get a chance to recharge from now until January 1st, big time. All that reflection. So there's some hellos going on. Yeah, and we're here from all over the world right now. We're from New Zealand and Chicago. Angel says it's getting crazy busy in your town and haven't felt like going to town. Yeah, does anybody know it is a really strange energy going into the holidays? I'm noticing it, but I haven't, even with my psychic tools and everything, I just really haven't been able to put my finger on it. Overall, it's been very strange. Just overall. So between, flying for a few days and just seeing some very, very, very dear friends and memorializing people, it's felt a little, it almost feels surreal. I have heard that from many, many people, that the energy kind of feels surreal. So I think that's what many people are experiencing. We're getting more highs to mom. Hope you don't mind. I put these up that way everybody can see them on all the various channels. So if you're coming in on Facebook, you can see these. If you're here on YouTube, you can see these as well. So yeah, holiday season in full swing. You can feel it. It feels weird. It feels odd. I don't know that I'm in the holiday season, although tonight is the first night excuse me, last night was the first night of Hanukkah. Um, and so here's my weird and electric menorah, because when one has a cat uh, that's got long hair that is a klutz. We don't have lit candles in the house, but at least I have that. So Hanukkah started last night, and it's actually one of the reasons that today is about miracles. I was going to do having this, like how much can we have going into the holiday season, and uh, just all that we can have as human beings. If we can have light, if we can have love, if we can have joy, but then, going over the miracle of light, which is Hanukkah, it has to be about miracles because there's so many miracles in this world. So, if you don't know the story about Hanukkah, it is where there was only enough oil in the temple to light the light for one night, and it lasted 8. I am paraphrasing very badly. I'm not going to go into the whole Maccabees and the whole story of Hanukkah. You can Google that. So Google Hanukkah. But if you really want to liken it, and actually, I was talking to our friend Michael Arrington, who posted something about it last year, and then I posted something about it the other night that came from this actually really wild website called Jew Belong. And yes, I'm plugging them. It was very interesting. They're fighting anti-Semitism. God bless them. And they've got these memes to explain the various holidays and things in the Jewish religion. And so they said it's like having 6% left on your cell phone battery and having it last 8 days with whatever data usage you wanted. So that is kind of the story about Hanukkah. So we light a light every night to commemorate the light. And I've always loved this particular holiday because of the light. Yeah, it reminds us that in every darkened period, all we need is one flame. And the other part to this is that the middle candle, if as it were, this thing called the shamus, uh, we light the shamus first and light the other lights. Well, not the way I just did it. It would be going this way, but we light the other candles from this middle piece, this middle candle or the higher candle, which also reminds us that each of us is a light, and we can use our light to kindle other people's lights. And that's how we create ripples in this universe and a lot more light. So that's kind of my very paraphrased version of Hanukkah. Again, Google it. It's very interesting. It's a lovely, lovely holiday. So we're talking about miracles. Has anyone ever experienced a miracle? If you've experienced a miracle or what you consider a miracle, please go ahead and drop your comments in the comment section. I'll see them here. And particularly anyone on Facebook, if you could drop a comment just so I know that you're here. Because I'm seeing a lot of the YouTubes, and I think I think we're all live around town, but I just want to kind of make sure um, what's happening. Let's see here. Oh, somebody's sending me a message. Oh gosh, I love it. Uh, my goodness. All right. See, this is always fun. People, I send people messages, and then I get messages back. Wait, I want to watch. How do I link in? And so I'm going to link in somebody who just sent me a text. So thank you all for your patience as I do that. Oh, this is wonderful. We'll get some more people. Excellent. I just happened to look down because it's all about the cell phone, and I've got my notes and everything. But so we're talking about miracles, and what is a miracle? And I've had miracles. So like I said, if you've had one, drop it in the comments because there's a little bit of a delay. I promise I will display all your comments as we get to them. But a miracle, as defined, and I think it's Merriam-Webster where I pulled it, but it's an extraordinary event manifesting divine intervention in human affairs. That's one of the definitions. One of the other definitions is healing miracles as described in the Gospels or the Old Testament, like creating wine out of water, lots of loaves of bread and fish. And in the Old Testament, oh my gosh, there's a zillion in the Old Testament about, parting the Red Sea and all kinds of the miracles that God did. So these are healing miracles that are described. But there was another definition that I think really resonated with me and kind of how I the second one, wait a minute. So the one I resonate most closely with is a divinely natural phenomenon experienced humanly as the fulfillment of spiritual law. Yeah. And the spiritual law being, it's even cause and effect and things like that. So it's a natural phenomenon that just kind of happens. Of course, there's another one, another description of miracle, which is an extremely outstanding or unusual event, thing, or accomplishment. And what they're talking about is like building a bridge, and a bridge is a miracle of engineering, right? So there's lots of different definitions. But keep in mind that miracles are not limited to grand gestures. I think we like to consider them grand gestures or feel like we don't deserve them or feel like you need to be special or Mother Teresa or, something in order to create them. But each and every one of us can create miracles in our lives. Miracles are found in everyday moments of joy and love and beauty, aren't they? Have you ever considered the normal sort of things, the joy, the love, the laughter of a baby, the birth of a baby? Death is even a miracle as the soul leaves the body and goes back to the oneness of spirit. By opening your heart and mind to the possibility of miracles, you invite them into your life in ways that you probably never imagined. Think about how many times you ever said, "Oh God, I need a miracle," and then something manifested. Yeah. And one more, "Oh God, I need a miracle today." Or we pray for miracles of healing and things like that. So many different types of miracles, including those everyday miracles of, maybe you find something you lost. I had a friend today who had lost a gift card and asked for a little bit of intervention. And she said she was randomly then flipping through her calendar and it just fell out. Yeah. So that can be a miracle. The answer to a prayer is a miracle, isn't it? When we pray for healing or forgiveness, or sometimes even people want to pray for their jobs or things going on in their lives. Oh, I will ask all my little prayer warriors out there, by the way, as long as I'm remembering. My little Venus, my little sweet pea, my heart and soul, my Venus cat, has a super red eye that's really teary. So any kind of prayers and love that you can hold space for for healing in her life, I would certainly appreciate it. And when she gets better, I will consider that a miracle. I will consider that each and every one of you were a part of that. Yeah. Have you ever asked for a sign and you actually get it? Or you see the numbers? You know, when you ask for a sign and you start to see the numbers, or there's like health and wellness going around. But if you've ever had, like, what have you considered a miracle, or do you even believe? Like, do you believe or not believe in miracles? I'm very curious to hear, you know, about your experience with miracles, because I had an experience with what I call a miracle manifestation, and I have to tell you, it still freaks me out to this day that it happened. But it, honest to God, I would swear on any Bible that this happened to me, and I would have never in a million years. It kind of freaked me out at the time. So I was actually at a retreat in Mount Shasta, California, with my now crossed over transition teacher, Michael. And we were in a visualization where we were kind of being led into a very, very sacred space into the mountain. And we were going to be anointed. We had all our eyes closed. And at the time, and I don't ever remember doing this in any other kind of um, retreat that we had had, but we had like hiked. I don't know if we hiked in the mountain or just hiked sort of in the woods, but I just remember kind of being in the woods, and we were outside and just really connected with nature on the ground and everything. It was this beautiful, amazing sunny day. So meditation, in this meditation, I, as I was getting anointed by a particular female being, before we were going to have a little meeting with some ascended masters. And suddenly, so I see her in my mind's eye pouring water, you know, kind of, I look up and she's anointing, she's pouring water. And suddenly there's water dripping from my hair. And I mean, dripping like somebody poured it from a pitcher, not sweat, not anything from the hot. It's dripping down my arms, and it's like a lot of water, and it's coming, and it's my clothes are momentarily wet and everything. And I was like, whoa, what is going on? And I even kind of opened my eyes, and I'm like dripping. And again, it was not sweat. It was like somebody pouring water over my head. And then just as I kind of was in that space and I closed my eyes again, and I remember Michael saying, okay, now step out of that and enter this great hall. And the moment we stepped out of these pools, I was bone dry. There was nothing in my hair. There was no water on my body. My clothes were completely dry. So I call that the miracle of manifestation. In fact, I'm calling it that, but I have to say I had no idea what it was at the time. And I had to ask both Michael and Raphael, you know, what was that? And it's really manifesting. Yeah. And so I'm curious if you've ever had a situation, and I'm as I was telling my story, people were sending healing vibes to the kitty. Thank you, Kurt. That's very sweet. Um, my mom, I love it. So my mom, and this is quite true. So my mom's miracle is the miracle of reaching the age of 85 and renewing her driver's license, and she had to take a driver's test. Yes, miracles come in many, many forms. So that too is a miracle, that you can be grounded and in that space, right, where you can have that. There's so many kinds of miracles. I know that people, particularly with health issues, sometimes go through miracles all the time, and they can be medical miracles, but they are no less. If you're taking some medication to combat something that you're in, or if you have cancer and you're on chemo and you get cured, those are miracles too. We need to be able to have all the kinds of miracles, not just those grand parting of the Red Sea. And when we start to see the little miracles of life, waking up each day next to a loved one, a pet with us, a pet returning to us if we've had a pet that crossed over and then they miraculously return to us. So I know that you've all had some kind of miracle in your life, and at some point or another, but did you notice it? Were you aware of it? Did you connect with it? Just like my mom saying, getting her license. You know what? To some people, they can't see, or they can't get around, or they're not moving. Like, I've seen other folks that are 85, and I'm blessed. It's a miracle. I have my mother, and she's moving around, and we argue, and it's fabulous. That's the way things are and the way things go. So yeah, lots and lots of miracles, and I'm hoping my girl gets better in her world. So this is the season of miracles, isn't it? And I'm not going to go into any arguments on, virgin births and things like that. Let's just say Jesus was born, well, really in the lambing season, but we're celebrating that birth here in December. You're welcome, Mom. We're celebrating that here in December, and Christmas also, just like Hanukkah, there's a good deal of light surrounding that. There's a star. There's the Star of Bethlehem. And by the way, I have been to Bethlehem, and I have been to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre and all of those places. I lived in Israel for 9 months and went to all those places. And let me tell you, they're magical. There are certain saints. When I was in Italy and I went to visit the tomb of St. Francis of Assisi, I believe that people leave the body and they go back to the oneness of spirit, but there was no mistaking in that tomb of St. Francis of Assisi the magic and the power of healing in that space. I've never felt anything like it. I just sat and I cried. I went in there. It was like kind of downstairs, and I went in there, and you could just feel that energy. Yeah. So any of these saints who have created miracles, even whether they were human miracles or healing miracles, isn't there somebody? I am not like totally hep to John of God, but John of God creates miracles, and there's all kinds of different healers and things like that. So are they miracles or are they madness? Well, I don't think that they're madness. Yeah. Even Einstein said that life is an optical delusion. And that's a real quote. That's not a fake quote that's not been attributed to him. That's actually a real quote. Sorry, it's hot here. But all of these are miracles. The miracle of light. The miracle of even that we are in our cycles and we honor these flows. So whether you believe or you don't believe, when was the last time you had a miracle in your life? And everybody's being really quiet today. I'd love to hear some miracle stories. Or if you can't think of any, think of something really good that happened in your life, and maybe did you ever say a prayer for somebody and have it come true? Did you ever hold space for someone and had it come true? Yeah. These are all very valid miracles that sometimes we don't count as miracles. So, um, yeah, miracles happen, and 'tis a season of miracles. And maybe if you open your mind, are you looking for a miracle in your life? Do you want to change your life? Do you want to transform your life? Well, everything is energy, and therefore all energy can be changed. Yeah, we can change our focus. We can change our way of being. We can change what we put out there. If you put a smile on your face, and I posted this earlier on social media, so if you're on my social media, I would just love, 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 love you to just click a like on that. If you go to either my page on Facebook, or actually Facebook, Instagram, wherever you want to go, and say hello to that. It's about smiling and creating a miracle, because your smile not only changes your own inner light, your inner physiology, and that's actually proven scientifically that it changes your physiology. So your smile will not only change your light, but it can actually be a miracle in someone else's, someone who is looking for a hello, a spiritual hello, and a spiritual smile. I think a lot of people are hurting these days, and I think we move about the country or countries or wherever we are without really acknowledging people, and everyone is spirit in a body. So let's put a smile on our face and create ripples of kindness in the world. We change our own inner space, and then we ripple it out into the world by our smile, our light, because it's pretty hard to smile and not light up a room and not create light where there is darkness. So I'll give you that some food for thought as we go. Angela says, oh yeah, Lord's. You know what? I was just looking at that today. Is Lord's, and yeah, very spiritual. Sometimes just that joy, yeah, of being in a place like that, because you can feel it. You can feel the energy in these places, for sure. I love it. What a lovely 2012. My girlfriend, one of my besties, just got back from I'm just going to call it a Mary Magdalene trek, where she was in all kinds of different places, and boy, she had some really magical experiences. I wish she would pipe up on here. Intentionally yawning can make one tired, so that makes sense, right? Yes. How about that? My mom says she has the miracle of a wonderful daughter. Yes, we created that before I was born. I apparently picked you guys as parents, you and Dad, and so it's a mutual appreciation society here. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. That's great. One of the favorite miracles this time of year was found on 34th Street. Santa Claus. Okay, what's your favorite? I'm going to call it Christmas movie because they're Christmas movies. I have to, these are miracles. These are miracles of the creators in the world. Yeah. Who have incredible vision and incredible talent. And you know what? I never thought of a movie as a miracle, but what the heck? Yeah. So It's a Wonderful Life. I'm an It's a Wonderful Life girl. But Tom, you're absolutely right. There was a miracle on 34th Street. How fun. How fun. So, my gosh, there's lots of people actually who have been coming and going. What a great showing today. I want to thank you all for being here. We are going to get to our kind of meditation and wrap up for the week, but we are really going to target these miracles and put ourselves in a space of miracles. Yeah. Having them, manifesting them, putting them out in the world, or maybe in a prayer, however that's going to come back. Why not? What the heck? We're here. It's holiday time. The energy's funky. We cannot, ever discount the fact that we're all in this together. We live on one world, one planet for now, and forgive the ETs. I forgive the ETs, or, for me saying we're all here on this one planet, because they might be stuck here, the ETs. But ET phone home. But yes, there's lots of miracles, and miracles are only possible when we open ourselves up to infinite possibilities, when we expand our spirit and thought and mind out of this small little box that sometimes we put ourselves in, when we start using our grounding and our knowingness and our clairvoyance. Because each and every one of us does that every time we visualize something. And that is the way to even open up and have more miracles in our lives. How's that for a little bit of a beginning? And so, just as a reminder for those of you who are popping on, and welcome, we're gathering steam suddenly at this 6 o'clock hour. I'm Debbie Tatel from Spirit Light Insight. I'm a clairvoyant. I'm a teacher. I teach clairvoyant development. I help you to develop your gifts of light, your inner wisdom, to kind of come up and bring that out. You can reach me at spiritlightinsight.com. You can find all my information on that channel. You can either kind of point at that little QR code, or whatever channel you're on, you'll probably get this link directly to my website. I do have, let's see, if you want to book a session, I do have openings coming up. I will be in town for the holidays, and since this is sometimes a really challenging time for people, please do consider booking a session if it's something that you are called to do. Also, I've got an upcoming workshop. I've got this in plural here, but I've got a free workshop coming up. We are doing a solstice festival. We are doing a solstice ritual and celebration on the 21st. I hope you all will consider joining me. It is on Zoom. You have to register. We're not doing it here, but I would love if you would join me for this workshop. Just kind of sign up and register, just so I know how many people are there. You don't need to show up on video, but it's a nice little 45-minute guided meditation. I think we all need a little bit of extra. Yeah, going into the holiday season, any holiday season, because the energy is so crazy and nutty around this time. And so it's time to kind of get back within ourselves. Plus, again, with that Mercury retrograde, we're going to be in there digging in and doing a lot of reflection, reflect, review, rejuvenate, revise, and do all of those things for ourselves. And what happens is our light, the more light we have, ripples in the universe. Yeah, that's what happens. So I hope that you'll consider joining us for one of those, or, book a reading. Love to have that. Also, if you need any additional resources, just to let you know, I've got free guided meditations on my website. You're free to listen, download, do whatever you need. Just pick one that resonates for you. If you're having a tough time this holiday season, just grab one of those. I've got some here that are live as well. So this is just my kind of before the, and if you want to support the stream, I hit that by accident. I wasn't even going to talk about that. But if you're liking what we're doing here and you're kind of getting into the energy and things like that, feel free to leave a tip here at this particular QR code, or this one in the corner here is always here for you to do that. And all the links are also in the comments on YouTube. But I actually hit that by accident trying to get back over to the chat for Miracle on 34th Street and for starting our evening meditation. So welcome to all of you who are here, who are just coming on as we enter our miracle meditation. This meditation is designed to open your heart and mind just to the possibility of miracles. If you don't believe in miracles, stick around anyway. I guarantee you it will open up a space. I'm not asking you to believe, I'm asking you to open your mind and consider that there's a possibility of you having a miracle, an epic one, a grand one for you. Yeah. This meditation invites you to connect with your light and inner wisdom, your clairvoyance, your seeing, your knowingness. Because the more that you can operate in that space, yeah, the more opportunity you have to see the miracle that's unfolding in your space. By quieting your mind and connecting with your inner wisdom, you create space for the unexpected and extraordinary to unfold. Yeah. So give yourselves a breath. Just be seated. I'm sure you're all seated in front of something with your feet on the floor. Just sit in a way that supports your spine and allows you to relax completely. Go ahead and close your eyes or soften your gaze and just turn your gaze downward and your attention inward. Begin to inhale a moment of peace and calm. Feel it transform within you, and then exhale any tension or anxiety. Once again, breathe in. Allow that breath to transform within you. And then exhale any tension or anxiety as you create a space that's just for you. A space where you can honor your spirit, your gifts. Imagine that you're seated in the center of your head, in the center of your awareness. Being in charge in a sacred space that is completely comfortable for you in your mind's eye. As you give yourself a breath, begin to say hello to the base of your spine and that energy center, your first chakra. And just say hello to it. That is your chakra or your energy center that holds your safety and your security and your identity as spirit. You could call this in some ways the seat of your soul. Give yourself a breath and imagine that you're connected by a beautiful tree that goes all the way into the center of the earth. It's rooted there and gives you a space to release. Begin to see a flow of energy moving down the trunk of that tree where it gets neutralized in the earth. In this space, give yourself space to be. You are a very spacious being. So go ahead and move your aura out to about 6 feet around you. If you've had it pulled in, it might be that you felt very stifled in expressing yourself, who you are, and just go ahead and just let that go right now so that you're in a space about 6 feet around you. Maybe your aura, you were using your aura, your energy field to ground your experience. So then go ahead and pull it in to about 6 feet. And just be right here and now as you breathe and release and begin to see that flow of energy moving away from you down that grounding core. Imagine a beautiful gold sun above your head and begin to call back your life force energy from wherever you left it this week or even this month. Just set your intent to call it back and watch that gold sun above your head. You can even tip your head up for just a moment and physically look, but have that gold sun just act like a magnet, calling back all of your life force that you gave away, whether you're healing somebody, or maybe you're still involved in work or things you have to do. And then I'd like you to shine that gold sun down, and you can even have it begin to shine right in through that crown chakra at the top of your head. Just bring it right in there and fill up. Fill up your whole neck and shoulders and arms, belly, legs, feet. Fill up all your inner processes and even fill up your skin and begin to just expand out that gold sun until it starts to cascade out and fill up your energy field so that you're sitting in a bubble of golden light. Give yourselves a breath and begin to just let go of anything you've been responsible for, anybody's problems. You've got enough of your own, don't you? Let go of anyone else's. Miracles are only possible when we give ourselves space and open ourselves up to infinite possibilities. Imagine yourself surrounded by a warm, glowing light, a warm, golden light. This light is a symbol of the universe's love and support for you. Feel your heart, mind, and soul opening to receive this love. Just bring that golden sun in and let yourself be surrounded in that golden light. Let go of any worries, doubts, or anxieties that might be holding you back. You can even breathe and release. Breathe and release. Now think about a specific miracle or something that you would like to manifest, or something that seems like it would be a miracle if it unfolded in your life. See it in great detail, or you can even kind of look at a rose out in front of you and imagine that that rose is something extraordinary and represents a miracle, even if you don't know what it is. Imagine how this miracle would unfold or flow into your life. Notice how you're feeling as you just let your mind open to that space, open the possibility. Just consider the possibility that the power of miracles and unexpected gifts can come your way. 'Tis the season for gifts and light, after all. Maybe you had a miracle and you want to have gratitude for it. Maybe the love of your life came into your life and it's a second chance or a third chance. Have gratitude for that and then consider more unexpected gifts coming your way. Make space for the miracles. Give yourself a breath and release any resistance. Just begin to allow the magic of miracles to flow right through you, whatever that means for you. Just imagine a flow of magic into your life, into your body, into mind, body, and spirit. And begin to see and visualize a miracle coming to life, whatever that means for you. Put that smile on your face and see, feel, and know you can have and experience the joy of a miracle. Now I'd like you to put your hands together in prayer right at your heart center. And be right in the center of your head as you offer gratitude to the universe for its abundance and love. Say thank you for the miracle you're about to receive, even if you're not sure what it is, even if you haven't seen it yet. And then give yourselves a breath. And I'd like you to imagine out in front of you a miracle rose, a beautiful red rose surrounded in golden shimmers. And I'd like you to send that to a loved one or someone that might need a miracle, even if it's a smile in their life or just a hello. And I'd like you to take that golden sparkly rose and give it to your loved one. Just send it wherever they are in the world. Imagine that just let that rose go. And notice how you're feeling from offering. So it's not just that you're bringing in and creating these miracles for yourself, but with every miracle, you can create a miracle for someone else as well. Go ahead and breathe and release and slowly bring your awareness back to your body, back to your surroundings, wherever you are in the world. And give yourself a few deep breaths to kind of come back and wiggle your fingers and toes to gently re-energize and bring you back into the present. Our physical bodies exist in time and space, and sometimes when we're doing these visualizations, we kind of go off. So just bring yourselves back and gently re-energize. And then once again, centering your awareness in the center of your head. Just rest your eyes there and imagine that golden sun above your head. And have this golden sun fill up with life and joy and enthusiasm. We're going to put the joy back in the joyful holidays. Fill that golden sun with some things that you would like to have. Maybe you would like some happiness or health and wellness, calm, peace, joy, love, And you can also call a little bit more of your life force back into that gold sun. Whatever you didn't gather up before, call it back right now into that golden sun. And then shine that gold sun down on the top of your head and actually bring it right in just like you did the first one. Let it fill you up from top to bottom, bottom to top. Fill up all the systems in your body and all the cells. Fill up your lungs with the gold. Give yourself a little more breathing room. How about your belly? Fill up that belly. Imagine that this golden light that's flowing through you begins to expand, and that you are even surrounded by this golden light, this gold life force filled with the energy of you, the energy of light, the energy of whatever you put in there. Happiness, joy, spirituality, reconnecting with God, whatever it is that you wanted for yourself and for that miracle. And be in that space for just a moment and enjoy it. And then give yourself a deep breath. Slowly exhale and put a great big smile on your face. Pat your body, your physical body. In fact, you can even, if you want to, give yourself a nice big hug and thank yourself for doing this work. The end of a Friday, so you can reset, rejuvenate for the weekend and the weeks to come. And then when you're ready, gently open your eyes, return to yourself. Look around your room and come back. Good job, everyone. I'll give you a moment to get kind of re-entry into this space. What did you notice in that space as you welcomed in and opened up to miracles? How's your, I bet you're feeling a little bit different than when we started this. There was actually a lot of energy that got moved. I was a little bit surprised at the amount of energy. It was like moving a mountain out of the space. It was quite something to watch as a clairvoyant, as I watched all of you doing this. And so, and especially particularly collecting up your energy. That was really something. So if you'd like to make a comment about your experience, please do drop a comment in. We have a few minutes to have that show so that I can, I can highlight that for everybody. But to wrap up our wrap up, my gosh, that's a November calendar, so that doesn't work. It's December 8th. It is my auntie's birthday. Big shout out to Claire Johnson out in Arizona. I know you're not watching, but I'm giving you a big shout out. It's my auntie's birthday. I'll be calling her immediately after I am off this YouTube. But to wrap up and wrap up our week, I'm coming off of that Memorial Week. It just felt very, very surreal. This is really the first thing that I've done this week, other than, I've done the things that needed to be done, right? But something that just brings me such great joy. So kind of in your world, if something makes you happy, do it. If something brings you joy, do that too. Because this time of year, things are all kind of all over the place. And so I hope that you do that. But wrapping up our wrap up, miracles surround us every day. And oh, thank you for the comment, Lindsay. Tryptophan and totally needed to move the energy out. Yay! That's what we are here for. We are doing this every single week, and especially miracles are such a wonderful subject, especially when we can have them. And so, Lindsay, no mistake that you tripped upon it. So absolutely. If you want to go to, my goodness, actually, I should put this up as well. Um, if you have enjoyed what's going on, whether you're on my Facebook, head over to YouTube and subscribe, like, and share. I always forget to say that, but do subscribe to the channel so you know I am on here every Friday. Um, doing this for all of you, it brings me not only great joy, but I know it's clean. It's helping people clear. Richard's saying he feels like he cleared some space for something good to come in. Excellent. And any of you that are here, and even if it was amazing, like I was getting texts about how do I link in? That's the first time that's ever happened, and I check my phone, sometimes. But thank you all for being here. And oh, Janet, I'm so glad it made you smile. That is amazing, and that is kind of what brings. That's the magic. Yeah, all of this is magic. And I'm gonna be splitting these out even more. I've actually found a person who I think will do it for me. Cross your fingers. That way all of these meditations will be standalones, not just as part of a live, so they'll be there forever. Uh, Tom, you are absolutely welcome. Tom is saying, enjoy your weekend, everyone, for those who are listening on the podcast at another time, because there is a podcast on YouTube. And this is just really, this is a great space, and we're all creating it together. So share with friends, like bring them on. And I know some of you, can't stay on for an hour or whatever it is, but catch the replay then later, pop on, see what we're talking about, pop off, and then watch later, because I'm just so thrilled to be doing this for all of you. So it's just an honor and a pleasure to do so. So I hope that you can all do that. Once again, and I think I had that on, join one of, if you look at if you're on YouTube, you can access any of the links down in the description there. If you are not on, or if you're on any of the other, let's see, any of the other social channels we've got, and I think there's not many comments, so I don't want to put these up too much, because I don't want to muck it up. But you can grab a reading at spiritlightinsight.com, and there's a booking site. You can go there. We've got the holiday workshop. So if you go to the booking site, just scroll down till you get to the workshop. It's a 45-minute beautiful workshop on December 21st, the solstice, where we're going to be doing that. Also coming up in February, I've got a Psychic Healing Foundations class coming up. That's amazing. I've got a Clairvoyant development program with that you need no prerequisites to join. We're starting from the ground on up. That is starting on January 16th. So please do check out the stuff that is going on at spiritlightinsight.com. And I could just put that I can just put that up. Just go to spiritlightinsight.com. Forgive the mess there. We're cleaning up the website. We're getting everything kind of in order for 2024. But for now, miracles surround us every day. If we are open to miracles and signs, those numbers, whatever we ask for, we see a sign, if we are open to them and we're open to them flowing into our lives, we increase our havingness and ability to have them. And I know for whatever we are doing, wherever we are doing it, we need some miracles these days, for sure. And also, life is a miracle. And I'll give you one better. Each and every one of you are miracles as well. And I consider you that. So thanks to all of you for your willingness to show up every week. I hope you are enjoying what we are creating here. I'm just checking the thread here really quick. But for now, I'm going to sign off because I'm trying to keep these down to an hour. But it's been an honor and a pleasure once again to kind of lead you down this path. And if you've got anything that you would like me to talk about or any guests that would be great for this show, you drop me an email. Yeah, Debra at spiritlightinsight.com, or contact me on any of the social media channels. I am happy to kind of open up the space a little bit. But for now, for this week, just always remember to keep your spirit light in sight, and always remember to shine your light. Bye bye for now.